Welcome back to the series. So in this final video, we will be learning on how we can get ourselves a free domain name or actually a subdomain. And we'll also be learning how we can set up the HTTPS protocol for our web application, as well as learning on how we can configure our server, our Apache server, to host multiple domain name on the server. Okay, so I've already logged into the remote server, but before that, let's get ourselves a free subdomain first. Okay, so the domain the service that I'm using is NoIP. They provide us with free subdomains. So let's log in first. Okay, so after login, so for this service we can get a subdomain a total of 3 maximum. So I've already registered 2 subdomain in my previous attempt in setting up the web server before I record this video. So let's go in there. So in the previous attempt, I'm using another remote Oracle Cloud VM. So we can just change the IP. But if you want to register a new subdomain, you can just press the create hostname and just choose what name you want, and then the domain. There's a ton of domain here that you can choose from. Okay, so since I have already registered the names that I want, I'll just change the IP address that they are targeting to. So the first one will be the main domain name, while the second one will be used to demonstrate how we can use multiple domain name in the same server. So modify to copy IP address. Okay, update hostname. Modify. Update hostname. Okay, so then we got ourselves the free subdomain. I mean 2 free subdomain. So if we access both of these domain subdomain now, what you will find is somewhat interesting. As you can see, for the first subdomain will be brought to our web application, but now through the subdomain instead of the IP address. But now if you see that if I use this second subdomain, will also be redirected to the same web application, but using different subdomain. So if we want to use a different domain name while hosting the files in the same server, we need to utilize something called virtual host. So now let's see what's a virtual host. So in Apache 2, virtual host is used to separate between 2 different hosts, and that let us host multiple different sites in one server. And we can also separate the resources, like the files, and to like structure them better. So to edit our virtual host, we can go to cd etc Apache 2. So here we got the site and the available folder. So go into it, site available. Okay, so use sudo and use vim or any text editor that you have installed and edit the default configuration file, not the SSL one, the 000 default configuration file. Okay, so as you can see, the virtual hosts here are directing to everything that is connection that is for port 80. Use this configuration. Now, one thing that we can do here is using the server name. Okay, so to specify which host to be triggered, we can use another virtual host tag inside this configuration file to structure out the configuration of the new host. So to properly separate them out, we can just use server name as what this example have provided us. Now use this example. Okay. Okay. Don't put the backslash at the end of the link, as well as the protocol. So to also give our second host its own virtual host, we can just copy and paste the whole thing, but and then as well as this thing here, not sure if it's required, but yeah, that I think that's required, since we need the logging thing in case something breaks. Okay, so just now we have set up the host for the star RSS reader subdomain. For this virtual host, you'll give it for this subdomain, the visitor counter ddsns.net. Okay, so okay. So beside that, oh yeah, this one, and the colon, and then everything dot and no colon. Hope that's right. Oh, not needed. Okay, so yeah, we also need to change the document root for where we want to serve the files for this host. So we have already specified the HTML folder to serve the files for the first subdomain. So for the second one, let's just use a directory that haven't been created yet. Later, we'll be creating the directory with a dummy index file. So let's just name it dummy. So make sure there's no space. Oh, nothing's break. Restart Apache. Before that, let's go and create. Let's create the folder for the. Let's create the folder as well as the dummy index page for the dummy folder. That's the thing already. Okay, so we'll make the dummy cd dummy. Okay, so in this dummy folder, let's just create a simple index file. Uh, okay, so it's a simple test for our later demonstration to prove that the virtual host has been set correctly and that we can use virtual host to host host multiple website using multiple sub domain name in the same server. Okay, so save that. Okay, then now let's restart the Apache. Okay, now nothing breaks. So hopefully this works. Okay, so as you can see, if I refresh this, yeah, it returns me to the main application, our main web application. And if I refresh this, yeah, so now when we visit the visitor counter subdomain, will be brought to the new web page, which we have specified in the which host just now. So this proves that the virtual host can help us in hosting multiple websites using one server. Okay, so now that we have learned how we can get a free subdomain as well as hosting multiple websites in one single server, let's make our website looks more secure by providing it with the HTTPS protocol. So to provide a HTTPS protocol for our web application, we can do something with our web server using by enabling some modules in it. So you can do this by using sudo apache 2 enable mod SSL. Okay. So as you can see, now the SSL has been enabled in for our Apache server. Now we also need to enable this module. So A2 enable mode headers. Sudo. So after we have enabled those two headers, we also need to enable the default SSL configuration file that we have seen just now. By default, it's not enabled. So sudo a2 and site default SSL. Okay, so let's restart. Oh, sudo. Okay, so now if we go into the application using the configuration that we have configured just now, you'll notice something really weird. If we went to the website with HTTPS instead of HTTP, you'll get this. Did we? Oh, yeah, I forgot. So to enable the HTTPS protocol, we need to also go into our compartment. So in the previous video, when we configure the HTTP port, which is the port 80 to be enabled in the ingress compartment policy. So we also need to do that for the port 443, which is the port for HTTPS protocol. So we go into your where's the wait. You can just go here. Into the security needs, and then add ingress rules for all, and then the 443, which is the port number for HTTPS. So stateless. Okay. Okay, so now it should be working. Oh yeah, the IP tables as well. So insert input protocol TCP destination port 443 action accept. Okay. Okay, now as you can see, right after I enabled the IP tables for the web server as well as the Oracle network security policy for the port 443, we can now access the site. But then this is the weird page that I talked about just now, where it will alert us about the connection, where it alerts us that the connection is not private and it's not trusted. This is because our server does not have a SSL certificate, so it cannot identify itself whenever a client visit the website. So if the user know how to like use the advanced button and then proceed, they can see the website. But then of course we need to make the users be more easier to use our application. So in order to fix that, we need to set up the SSL certificate for our web server. So to do that, we can use a tool called certbot. This tool is quite easy to use. So let's go back to our terminal first. Then, so normally it's not installed in the Oracle VM because it's not a built-in tool. So as you can see, I cannot trigger any match for certbot. So to install certbot, we can use sudo install certbot. So we need the apt tool as a package manager. Okay, so press Y or just enter. Okay, so let it run. Okay, now so it's installed now. So to generate a certificate for our domain of our website, and remember in our case we have two subdomains, so means that we have two websites. So that also means that we need to generate two certificates. So let's do one step at a time. So let's generate the first certificate for the main domain first, main subdomain. Okay, so so to generate the cert, you can just type cert then as you can see, there's a match after I press tab. So support. Oh, need to use sudo. Yeah, so you can, oh yeah, you need to use the cert only. Okay, cert only. So I need to copy this back. Okay, so I will choose the standalone one. Okay, check. Okay, so I will choose the first one, or two first. Okay, standalone, urgent. Okay, so this I'll just use admin at. Although this is not a real one, but this is not a production website or anything. Okay, so yeah, just agree. Oh yeah, press A and then enter. You need to share your email address and make sure. Okay, so this one choose all. Okay, so now use the domain name. Now need the okay, no need. So remember to not specify anything HTTP or HTTPS, but I'm not sure whether that will also work or not. So to be safe, just the subdomain name. Okay, so obtaining new one. Okay, so our new certificate is generated in I could not bind to IPv4. Hmm. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So let's go to Vim, not Vim, CD, DC, Pacheco, and then CD to sites available, and then sudo Vim default SSL configuration file. Okay, so yeah, let's so same as the configuration file that we have changed just now. This virtual host for the SSL is also quite similar. So for the start, let's add the server name for this first. Okay, so this. Okay, then I'm going to use this. Then yank. Not yank. Okay, sorry. Remote. Okay, almost there. Okay. Then now yank. Okay, then I okay enter and paste. Great. So for this server name, we can change it to which one is that again? Visitor counter. So it's the same as well, but I just need the domain name for now. Okay, so let's go into terminal again, paste that in there, and then so after we have generated the cert later, we need to change this file locations. Yeah. Okay, so let's go and try and regenerate the cert again. So turn out to be I forget to stop the Apache first before I generate the certificate files. So I've stopped the Apache 2 server, and now as you can see, we can generate the certificate. Okay, so that's done for the our main domain name. So okay, so before this, I've said that we need to change the file location for certain files in the configuration file, right? So we need to copy the file here. As you can see, congratulations, your certificate and chain have been saved at this location. So don't worry about this, copy this, and then later we can just use the same directory path, but change the name. So to do that, let's do that now. So okay, so yeah, we are at the repository. Slowing default SSL. Okay, so I hope this is the first one. Yeah, first one. Okay, so yeah, this is the one that I said need to be changed. Okay, so yeah, like this. And then this will be the private key. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, it's private key, not key. Or PAM. Wait, let me check. Yeah, PAM. Yeah. Okay, so now if we start back our Apache server, we, we then will be able to access the website without the warning. Let's start that. Now, why isn't it changing to secure? By now, it should be changed to, I would say, oh yeah, okay. But that does, let's close that, open again. Yeah, okay, so that might be the cache of the website. So as you can see, we got the doc now, and we got the certificate valid. Okay, so the okay now let's do the certificate for the second subdomain as well. Okay, so okay. Before that, let's stop this Apache tool first. Okay, stop. Okay, now let's so now so for the second subdomain, the first one as well, the domain name. Okay, yes. Okay, now the first one first. Okay, so changing the configuration file, go down a bit to which we have copy and paste just now. Okay, yeah, this one. Mm-hmm. Never mind it. Wait a second. Okay, so this one here. Okay, that's a bit too far. Okay. Net 5 dot 10. Okay, so if we start back this web server, now we can access this. If we visit the visitor one, okay. Wait a second. Something's not right. Visitors. Oh, no wonder. So we haven't changed the directory for the SSL configuration file as well. So let's change that to dummy. Okay, now restart that. Okay, now give me that. Yes. Okay. So just like that, we have finished our video for today. So in today's videos, we pretty much like a debugging series instead of a tutorial series. So sorry about that. But since I make so much mistake, I think you guys will also be much more alert about what not to do and about what to do. So hope that doesn't sounds too cringe. Alright, so I hope you learned much from my videos. And thank you very much for watching my videos. And see you guys